Is the foundation of the Diddy empire crumbling? Everything points to just that. The twins, still reeling from all the allegations against their father, seems to still be dealing with the death of their mother, and is starting to point fingers where Daddy does not like. It's almost impossible to talk about the American music scene without mentioning the man who once embodied power, luxury, and unstoppable ambition, Sean "Diddy" Combs. For decades, he towered over pop culture, orchestrating monumental hits, masterminding bold business moves, and molding a generation's image of wealth and influence. Yet today, everything he built stands on shaky ground. High-stakes charges, hushed whispers of hidden evidence, and a fractured family spotlight a brand new chapter in his life, one defined less by success and more by uncertainty and despair. Few expected to see him in a cramped courtroom wearing a standard-issue jumpsuit. It's a stark contrast from the glitzy tailored suits and endless bottle service that once marked his public persona. How did the mogul who seemed to have it all land here? Even more disturbing is the aftermath his family must navigate. The sudden emotional collapse of his daughters in the courthouse, the haunting memory of Kim Porter's last days, and the rumors swirling around incriminating pizza boxes are only the tip of a massive iceberg. Welcome to the unraveling of a story with roots stretching into decades of carefully guarded secrets, secrets that now threaten to rip apart one of the most iconic brands in entertainment. The moment news broke that federal authorities were stepping in, the entertainment world paused in disbelief. Sure, celebrities have been arrested before, but racketeering and trafficking charges? That's in a realm all its own. Seasoned legal analysts describe the case as bigger than anything the hip-hop community had seen since the R. Kelly saga. Diddy's legal team immediately cried foul, calling the investigation a witch hunt and insisting their client was being targeted because of his fame. Prosecutors, however, painted a chilling portrait. Their opening statements claimed that the man behind the famous Bad Boy label had engaged in a pattern of exploitation and intimidation that spanned years, if not decades. They hinted at evidence of women and men being transported across state lines under false pretenses, supposedly coerced into exploitative situations. While Diddy's defense labeled this narrative sensational and baseless, the mere gravity of the allegations was enough to stir public outrage. The stakes couldn't be higher. A conviction might mean a lifetime spent behind bars, and the once unstoppable icon now finds himself fighting for his freedom, and perhaps more poignantly, for the survival of his own family's unity. If the legal bombshell wasn't enough, the public's attention soon pivoted to a highly personal side of this unraveling: Diddy's daughters. Unlike their brothers, Christian and Justin, these young women rarely stepped into the limelight. They were often glimpsed in the background of red carpet events or at exclusive family gatherings, but never truly at the center of any public storm, until now. Courtroom witnesses described the daughters' emotional eruption as harrowing. They shed tears not just of sadness, but of frustration and pent-up anguish, as if releasing years of silent rage. Their voices cracked when they spoke, though they shared only vague hints of the familial tensions that had boiled over behind closed doors. Nobody anticipated this level of vulnerability from them, and their breakdown instantly became the day's focal point. Even longtime court reporters, typically stoic in tense situations, were shaken by the raw pain on display. Speculation grew that the daughters were considering legal emancipation. If true, it's a decisive statement, an absolute break from their father's name, resources, and control. Such a drastic move rarely comes without a profound cause. Whispers circulated that they felt suffocated, bound by a family legacy overshadowed by secrets. Their tears were more than just tears. They were a silent testament to years of feeling unheard. Now no one in the courtroom could ignore them any longer. It wasn't merely a family rift. It was a tectonic shift in how these young women would choose to move forward, forging a road separate from the empire that had shaped them since birth. In the midst of the turmoil, Kim Porter's name loomed like a restless ghost. She was Diddy's longtime partner and the mother of several of his children, including the daughters who just shattered the public facade with their tears. Kim's passing in 2018 was initially reported as the tragic result of pneumonia, but from the start, rumors suggested there was more to the story than a simple illness. She was known to be healthy, vibrant, and deeply attentive to her children. How then could her symptoms escalate with such lethal speed? The sense that something was amiss only deepened when word spread that certain key items of Kim's, her laptop, phone, and personal journals, had disappeared. Many of those close to her insisted she kept detailed notes, possibly confiding in diaries about her personal struggles, concerns about Diddy's behavior, or even potential threats. The sudden vanishing of this evidence raised eyebrows. Had it been taken in a misguided effort to protect the family from scandal? Or was it removed to ensure no uncomfortable truths would ever see the light of day? The daughters, who once found comfort in Kim's warmth, seemed to carry a special burden. The mother who nurtured them and shielded them from the harsh realities of stardom was gone. In an environment fraught with whispers, they were left adrift. Their breakdown in court spoke volumes about how deeply Kim's mysterious passing still haunted them. Though her face no longer graced magazine covers, her presence and the enigma surrounding her final days became inescapable. Some believe that the daughter's decision to speak out, at long last, was triggered by the lingering suspicions around their mother's death. It was no longer just about them. It was about defending the memory of the woman who once fought to keep them safe. While the daughter's absence from their father's side during the legal proceedings signaled a dramatic departure, Justin and Christian were conspicuously present. They sat near Diddy, faces drawn with tension, as if torn between love, loyalty, and perhaps a fear of what might happen if they distanced themselves. Some analysts speculated that their display of unity could be strategic, a deliberate move to project an image of family solidarity in the face of public scrutiny. However, the conflicting emotions were palpable. Justin, once the carefree son who partied alongside his father at extravagant events, now seemed subdued. Christian, an aspiring artist himself, looked equally haunted, aware of how these allegations might tarnish his budding career. Rumors swirled in the courtroom's corridors, suggesting that both sons privately wrestled with doubts about their father's innocence. Yet publicly, they remained by his side, a testament to either genuine conviction or unspoken pressure. Media outlets pounced on the optics, framing the sons as defenders of the father's throne, while the daughters stood in opposition, bravely revealing the cracks no one wanted to see. For their part, Justin and Christian have refused to comment directly. Their silent presence speaks volumes, leaving the world to guess how they truly feel about the swirling accusations, the potential downfall of the Combs empire, and the sisters who seem ready to walk away from all. As if the family drama wasn't dramatic enough, a series of leaked tapes, phone calls, and bizarre coded references exploded onto the scene. The phrase pizza boxes might sound laughably innocent in any other context, yet those following Diddy's case insist it's a cryptic code. Insiders claim that on one of the leaked calls, Diddy urgently instructed his son Justin to handle the pizza boxes at the Miami place, implying there were certain, let's call them, incriminating items that needed to be hidden or destroyed. Speculation runs the gamut: old diaries, explicit videos, hush-money receipts, or perhaps items belonging to Kim Porter that no one was meant to see. The call itself sparked intense debate in the media. Was this just a father telling his son to tidy up before a possible raid? Or was it evidence of a deeper, more nefarious intent to conceal damning proof? Then there are the rumors about hidden cameras. One anonymous source leaked allegations that Diddy might have orchestrated secret recordings involving industry figures, staff members, or unknowing associates. These supposed recordings, if real, could be used as leverage, blackmail even, to ensure loyalty and silence. A frantic wave of speculation took hold. Was Kim Porter aware of these alleged tactics? Did her knowledge place her in danger? Though no official source has confirmed the existence of these tapes, the idea alone is enough to send shivers down the spine of anyone who's followed Diddy's career. The man who once sold an image of carefree excess now stands accused of building a house of secrets, one that might be on the verge of collapsing on top of him. Beyond the immediate court case and tragic familial fractures, there's a colossal empire hanging in the balance. Diddy's business ventures stretched far beyond music. Fashion lines, premium liquors, media companies, and philanthropic efforts bore his name or were strongly linked to his brand. In the public eye, the Combs empire was a masterclass in diversification and hustle, the template of success for countless entrepreneurs. But now everything could topple. Corporate partners are reportedly distancing themselves, quietly removing promotional campaigns featuring Diddy's image. Contracts are said to be under review. Industry insiders whisper that staff members, some employed for over a decade, are being called in for questioning by federal investigators. Their potential testimonies could be the final nails in the coffin of Diddy's legacy if they confirm allegations of widespread wrongdoing. In an empire built on reputation, perception is everything. Once an A-list party host seen rubbing shoulders with the who's who of Hollywood, he's now a defendant with a tarnished brand. Investors are skittish. A single guilty verdict could drag down not only the man, but the intricate network of business entities tied to his name. Some fans, loyal to the end, refuse to believe the allegations, insisting that the star is being targeted or humbled by a system that revels in taking powerful black men down. Others feel this reckoning has been a long time coming, pointing to years of rumors brushed aside by adoring fans and industry gatekeepers. Against this backdrop, it's not just about the legal ramifications, it's about an entire legacy. Will the name Diddy or Combs remain a hallmark of entrepreneurial brilliance, or will it become a cautionary tale of unchecked power crashing down in flames? No twist in this saga is more heart-wrenching than the possibility that Diddy's daughters might legally break free from him altogether. For years, they stood silently in the shadow of a titan, overshadowed by public adoration and the male heirs who paraded alongside their father. Now, in a sudden burst of emotion, these young women have upended everyone's assumptions about what life inside the Combs household was truly like. Reports suggest that the daughters felt trapped for far too long, voiceless in a dynasty that prized loyalty and brand management above all else. Their mother's departure from this world only deepened their sense of isolation. Seeing their father now forced into a legal battle that peels back layers of rumored secrecy has apparently pushed them past their breaking point. The idea of legal emancipation carries an almost Shakespearean gravity, like royals disowning the kingdom and proclaiming independence from a monarchy. If they proceed, it will signal a permanent rift not only with their father but also with the business empire so closely intertwined with his identity. The daughter's stance has drawn sympathetic responses from supporters who applaud their courage to stand up for themselves. Others question their timing, accusing them of betrayal when their father is most vulnerable. But one fact is certain: they have commandeered the narrative. For once, the headlines aren't about Diddy's accomplishments or controversies alone. They're about the heartbreak and defiance of the daughters he once shielded from prying eyes. It's a precarious moment. Their next move could redefine how the world sees the Combs family, shining a glaring spotlight on all the fractures that have been carefully concealed for years. Legal experts watching the case say the charges against Diddy aren't easily dismissed. If evidence of cross-state movement for illegal activities or any form of recorded wrongdoing surfaces, federal convictions can be severe. Already, comparisons to other disgraced music icons are cropping up, names once worshipped who ended up behind bars. The rumor mill is in overdrive. Some claim that if convicted, Diddy's looking at years, potentially life, behind bars. Others believe he has the financial might to negotiate a settlement or a plea deal that might keep him out of maximum security prisons. Yet even if he manages to skirt the harshest legal penalties, the cultural damage is immense. How does one rehabilitate a public image when your own flesh and blood is weeping in open court, possibly seeking to cut ties altogether? How do you salvage business relationships once the media has plastered your mugshot across front pages worldwide? In the background, Kim Porter's legacy remains a constant reminder that this case extends beyond an individual's guilt or innocence. Her death and the missing pieces surrounding it hover like a specter, raising complicated questions about how deeply this alleged pattern of control and manipulation might run. Some observers wonder if the truth about her final days might one day emerge in court. Could that shift the entire narrative, dragging hidden chapters of the Combs saga into the harsh light of day? All these speculations swirl around the emotional anguish of the Combs children. The daughters look to a future potentially free from their father's name, while the sons stand on precarious ground, defending the man who now faces the fight of his life. Media outlets are hungry for the next revelation, the next sensational piece of evidence, or the next tearful confession. Diddy's empire, once unstoppable, could soon be remembered as an empire of secrets. As this messy, shocking story plays out, one question stands above the rest: how does a family move on from here? Diddy's persona, once invincible, now battles damning accusations that threaten to end not just his personal freedom, but the golden legacy he spent years constructing. The daughters who have chosen to speak up, or step away altogether, wield a newfound power. Their tears in the courtroom echoed far beyond those four walls, calling attention to the rifts that have existed under the family's sleek, public image. Kim Porter's unresolved narrative continues to hover, sparking intense debates about what truly transpired in the days leading up to her passing. Silent or missing evidence, whether in the form of laptops or diaries, only compounds the mystery. Industry insiders who once considered Diddy untouchable now question if they ever truly knew the man behind the swaggering smile. So where does it all lead? Perhaps the real shock isn't merely the legal meltdown. It's the potential that this entire empire, revered by so many, was built on a shaky foundation of secrecy and manipulation. If the allegations hold, the downfall might be more dramatic than anyone imagined. If he somehow walks free, the questions won't disappear. The emotional damage within his family is already done, and the world has glimpsed the real possibility that everything could crumble at any moment. Whether justice is served or alliances remain intact, the echoes of this trial will linger for years. The daughter's emotional meltdown, the swirling rumors around Kim Porter, and the notion of carefully concealed pizza boxes are now part of the broader cultural lexicon. They serve as a reminder that even the most fortified public image can unravel when those closest to you decide they've had enough. In the end, the full truth may stay hidden. Or maybe, just maybe, this is only the beginning of an even darker saga waiting to be exposed. One thing is certain: the Combs empire, and anyone daring to remain within its orbit, will never be the same again.